Hey friends, welcome to the Inner Spark podcast. I'm your host, Casey Tayton. If you're looking to hear stories of transformation and personal growth, this podcast is for you. My guest and I will be sharing those sparking moments that has changed them into living a more fulfilling, authentic life. I'm so excited for you to hear each unique story. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. Hey friend, welcome back to the Inner Spark podcast. Tonight brings a special edition. This is a special edition because me and my good friend Heidi Shear, who is with me tonight, are starting a new Facebook community and we want to tell you all about it. So I'm going to welcome my friend Heidi Shear. Welcome, Heidi. We met, I'm going to tell you a little bit how we met real fast and then I will let Heidi take it away. And I met in 2023 in an amazing course we both took together, and we stayed connected through community. Through that, we both ended up in LA in May of 2024 for our podcasting summit. Ever since then, we've been soul sisters, and we joke about how we're the Rambling Soul Sisters and how community and everything like that means so much. We just value deep connections and community, and we have joked about bringing this to life, and we are bringing this to life, friends. It is actually going to happen. We are starting on Monday. You'll hear this on Saturday, and this coming Monday will be our first Zoom meeting, and we will host them once a month. We will also have a Facebook group where we will encourage you guys to all come and join and share the love. So Heidi, welcome. Just take it over.
Yeah, thank you, Casey. I'm super excited to be here and talk to you. Yes, we did meet through the breathwork course. And I remember at the beginning of that course talking to our host, Jen Liss, and at the time, really wanting to build community in person in my own town. And I remember having this conversation with her about how I did not believe that you could build community through online and it was only possible in person. Boy, was I wrong. Because during that course, as you know, like we just, and it wasn't just you and I, like there's so many people from that group that we still stay in touch. And I still love seeing their posts on Facebook or reaching out through Messenger or whatever it is. You absolutely can build friendship and build community online. And it's so important. It's so needed in in every time that we live, right? But I feel like especially in times like that we're in right now, where oftentimes we feel so disconnected, even though we can be connected through, the digital space so easily. I think a lot of people in the world are feeling very disconnected. So I know I felt for a lot of my life very disconnected, and that was what drew me to wanting to build community in person and then also wanting it online because my support system in my own life has not been very strong. And so, yeah, meeting you and having my mindset changed and really just going through this process of like awakening of like, oh my goodness, you absolutely can build community online and just, yeah. And then to be able to do this and create this with you, we have been talking about it for like 8 months or something. But yes, we are making it happen. And I'm super excited for the people who have already signed up, for the people who are going to sign up, and just what we're going to learn and who we're going to meet through this community. I'm super excited for it. So, yeah.
Thank you. I do want to back up a little bit. So I do want you guys to know Heidi is big in community anyway. She is a former teacher and works for a nonprofit. So, as you all know, community has been a big part of my life, and I run an organization doing parties for the kids in the hospitals. So, we both have a lot to do with community. And I think our lives have just both changed and realized that the power of the community and connection is truly what brings us back to our heart and just feeling alive. And for anyone out there who doesn't have a community, we want to welcome you in. We want you to know that there is power in holding space and love and connection and just growing together. And this is a space where we're not judging anyone. Matter of fact, we don't care how you show up. You can come in your PJs. Just come and enjoy. It's going to be a fun, safe, loving space. Heidi, as far as community, how would you explain it?
Like what we're trying to build or
Right. Yeah.
what we want. Yeah. So like I said, I really have the desire to build community because I know what it's like to not have community, right? And so I know that for my in-person world, it's very, very important. What I have found in being online and going through online courses is that it is so important to have the online communities as well. We are on our computers all the time. And even though, like I said before, even though people are all on the computer, we are feeling as a society so disconnected. And I think that for us, our intention is to bring people together and say, hey, you are worthy of having other people hold space for you. We want to bring you along on this journey of life and just do life together because we were never meant to do this life alone. We were born for connection. Everybody is better in doing things together, right? We
Yeah.
were not meant to be siloed and be at home behind our screens and suffer in silence. So not to say that everybody is suffering, but things are just better together. So yeah, I think if you don't have a community online or in person, like this is just like Casey said, just a place where you can come and be yourself and open up and just learn, really learn about yourself, learn about others, take in the different perspectives and just take in the fun. And you don't have to necessarily participate in the beginning if you don't want to. If you just want to show up and just see what we're about and say, okay, maybe I'm curious about what these two girls are doing.
Mm.
Cool. Show up. And if you don't want to speak yet, that's okay too. Like Casey said, we're not judging. We just want to welcome people in and like I said, do life together. So
Yeah, I think the power of all that, I don't think I stated that I'm in Kansas and Heidi's in Texas.
mm,
So, in the groups that we're in, the coaching courses that we're in, we were from all over, even people from different countries. So really, we just value the connection and we want to welcome everybody into that. Do you have anything else you want to say about it? So let's actually, can we tell them about, we do have some things planned. So we'll be active in the Facebook group and then once a month the Zoom. And for the first one, we want everybody to kind of just introduce yourself. If that is intimidating to you, no pressure, no pressure at all for anyone to speak. As Heidi said, we're really just here to have fun and welcome everybody. We do have some missions to each meeting. Do you want to
yes.
talk about that?
Yeah, yeah. So we do want to be intentional,
Intentional.
right? We want
Yeah,
to have a little bit of a structure just because we don't want to just get on the screen and then stare at each other. Although, it's great to see each other, all the beautiful faces on the screen, but we want to add that intention. We want to have some kind of purpose. And since, it's January, beginning of the year, we're not necessarily setting resolutions, but we would love to support you or hear about your goals that you have. We're very into personal growth and development and just really trying to be better today than we were yesterday and really empowering the people around us in our lives. And so if there's something that we can support you, we would love to encourage you. So I would also love to say that I did mention that, you don't have to talk. This is not a like everybody, unmute and start talking and share your whole life with us. But I would say that this is, at least for me, I didn't really go over this with Casey, but I would say that I would love for people to turn on their screens, right? Like turn on their cameras rather,
absolutely.
um, and be part of what we're doing. Like I said, you don't have to necessarily unveil everything day one, but
Yeah.
I would love for you to have the intention to show up and show us your beautiful face. Let us in just a little bit by letting us know where you are in the world. What do you got going on in your life so that we can support you? And then also join the Facebook group so that we can stay connected throughout the month in between each meeting. And so, yeah, that being said, we would love, like I said, to hear about your goals and what you have going on. And then two, that's another way that other people in the community that show up, they can support you. If Casey and I can't, for whatever reason, like that's not our skill set, or we don't know that person, or that connection to help you, maybe somebody else on the screen does. I wouldn't say that our intention is like networking, but if we can be helpful in some way, we absolutely would want to do that as well. I think I got off topic, Casey, about our
No,
structure.
no, that's totally fine because honestly, that is what it's about is we're both in different communities. We did start in one, and I want to go back to turning on your screen. So Heidi and I were in the class together, so we have grown together. I'm going to tell you the first time I was on the call, it took everything I had to turn on my screen and stare at these people like, oh my goodness, this is so nerve-wracking. That's why we want to make sure everybody knows it's a safe space and we want it to be fun. So if you please do turn on your camera if you can. And then also, if you are comfortable sharing anything, you don't have to do a deep dive, but Heidi and I, we've cried together, we've laughed together. I mean, we've shared so much during our growing journey, and we really just want to show people that community is and connection is so so important. And Heidi and I both have podcasts. Heidi and I both talk about, and hers is PMC Connections and mine is Enter Spark. And so out of that we have Soul Sparks and Connections, because that's truly what it's going to be all about. It's just going to be an honor to have everybody there. We want to invite your friends, tell a friend. If you don't hear this before Monday, it's actually our first one is on the 27th. January has already flown by, you guys. So our first meeting is going to be on January 27th. I will post the link in the show notes. Really, we just want you to come connect and let's go through 2025 and make it the best year.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you are listening to this after January 27th, I would encourage you to still sign up. You can go to HeidiShear.com/soulsparks and go ahead and join the community and get in that Facebook group, start to get to know people, and then we will meet up again in February. I can throw out there the February date, which is February 24th. That is tentative, but probably, around the third or fourth week. But again, sign up for the emails and get in that Facebook group so you can know all about it.
Do you have anything else you want to add?
I would just say that if you're listening to this and if there's any kind of curiosity or any kind of tug at your heart, go ahead and join. I mean, it's free. If you have been wanting to just, maybe you have that pull to like make new friends or to be a part of something, I would say to just go ahead and sign up. You can always leave if you don't like it. There's no obligation. Like I said, it's free, and we just want to spread kindness and love, and we are already all connected. So go ahead and sign up and let's learn about each other and help each other grow.
Thank you, Heidi.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to thank you all for listening to another episode of the Enter Spark podcast. I truly hope that I see many of you joining our group, Soul Sparks and Connections, and we can't wait to just share the joy of the community and the connections with you and just be surrounded by love. So come join us and let's have some fun together. And as always, let those sparks fly. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. I hope today's story inspired you to embrace your own journey of growth and change. Remember, transformation isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, share it with a friend, and leave a review. If you found something that sparked you in this episode and may spark a friend, I encourage you to go share it with them. If you have your own story you would like to share, I would love to hear it, so please reach out to me. Until next time, friends, go have some fun and let those sparks fly.